I'm thinking that there are many, many brackets in the United States right now that might even be worse than this.
I can guarantee you we're not the worst. We might be in the bottom 1 million or 500,000.
Welcome back to Sports Chat with Greg and Bryan. Bryan,
Greg, Bryan, how are you doing tonight?
like $1 million, man.
$1 million?
Yep. It's not worth as much as it used to be, but it's still a lot of money.
I'll pull up the one, George went from like a baby treat to diaper.
Yeah. If you like what we're talking about, please click the like button and subscribe. We appreciate that very much. Final Four, Greg, is that what we're talking about here?
We're talking about the end of March Madness.
Which is the Final Four.
Yeah, well, no, the end would be the last two, but
okay.
We're going to talk from the Sweet 16 to the Final Four.
All right.
How you and I fared from what we had left at Sweet 16 compared to where we are now.
It's looking pretty bleak.
If you like the color red, we're in really good shape, okay? So we're going to talk about the Sweet 16.
Okay.
From the Sweet 16 down to what's left in our brackets.
Got it, which is kind of pathetic.
Unless you like red. So let's take a look at this, Bryan. I believe this is your Sweet 16 bracket. These were the teams that made the Sweet 16. And you weren't bad. Look, you only had 3 reds in the Sweet 16.
Yeah.
Only had 3 reds. And then we went in to play those games, and your champ was still there, although you had Wisconsin going pretty far, and that didn't help you out any.
No.
And then, Bryan, let's see what we got for you after that. Oh, your Final Four teams. Ouch.
Ow. Yeah, but okay. Yeah. However, I have Michigan going to the final.
You do. So that game, it could be important for you and I.
Yeah.
That's our championship game right there.
However, here's the thing. I'm thinking that there are many, many brackets in the United States right now that might even be worse than this.
I can guarantee you we're not the worst. We might be in the bottom 1 million or 500,000.
Right.
But we're not the worst.
Okay.
All right, let's take a look at my Sweet 16.
Let's see what Greg.
So my Sweet 16 I didn't do so well through the Sweet 16.
3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
You had 5. You're 5 guys.
Yeah.
5 teams out.
And then but the thing is mine, the only bracket that only bracket that I was completely out of going into the Elite 8 was the South bracket.
Okay.
And you were, I think you were.
I'm completely out of it also.
You were completely out of the West bracket, I think, as well.
Yeah.
Because you had Wisconsin going to the Final Four.
Right.
Okay. So I at least had, and we both still had our
number 1 pick.
Number 1 picks there, right, until
the game.
That.
Oh, you had Michigan also. Okay.
Yeah, but I did not have Michigan beating Arizona.
Aha. So this is where when they play this game on what's going to be Saturday night, you and I will be on opposite sides.
You know where I'm going to be Saturday night? It's going to be the same thing as when the Dodgers played in the playoffs. I was at a wedding.
Oh, no.
I'm going to be at a wedding Saturday night.
Oh, no.
In a place where I'm not going to get any reception.
Oh, no.
The last time I was at a wedding for my brother's daughter, USC football was playing.
Right.
And Dodgers were playing a championship. I can't exactly remember which game it was. I had it on my phone. And I'm like trying to hide it in the bushes. And then I realized people in the bar were watching it.
Right.
Like,
everybody
all right. So whatever. But yeah, so.
All right.
So I wanted to.
Well, one thing is that, for me, Michigan has to, look at it this way. Whoever loses that game is done. Right?
We're both done.
Well, no. if Michigan wins, at least I get one of my teams into the final.
Yeah.
If Arizona wins, at least you get one of your teams into the final.
You know what second place is?
The first loser.
First loser.
Yeah.
We
That's
both
not-
blew it on the
Yeah.
on that.
Well, I mean, come on. How are you going to know that?
You're not. I'm just
Right.
saying, but you know,
It's what makes it
but what I
interesting.
find crazy is you're really rooting against Arizona a
Well,
lot because it's like,
yeah, I have to.
well, even if Michigan wasn't your team, you'd be like, because I was bagging on Arizona like the whole time. You're like, well, I took him to go to the final game. So you're really,
All right.
So just a few things about the Final Four teams because I wanted to get back to Bryan's big
Right.
why I'm picking these teams, right?
Right.
UConn, who didn't deserve a number 2, but obviously
No.
played like a number 2, played like a number 1, right?
Right.
Number 2 team in the Big East and did not win their conference championship.
And they didn't win their conference.
And that's my number 2.
Right.
They were. Okay. Illinois did not win the Big Ten championship, finished 3rd in the conference.
Okay.
Michigan did not win the Big Ten championship conference game, but they were 1st in their conference. So
Okay.
there's a little bit of kudos for you on that, okay?
Right.
And of course, Arizona won the Big 12 and won their conference. So your way back machine took you, I'm going to pick somebody, somebody's going to win it this year that is a conference champion, is what you said.
Yes.
Okay.
And so based on that, it should be Arizona.
I think
I
for
let
me,
you-
the conference championship was the winner of the playoff.
I let you get into my head because you presented all this information about how crappy Arizona does whenever they're seeded. And I went, you know what? He's right. They're going to lose. And so I chopped them out. And I thought, if they lose, then Wisconsin's going to come in.
Listen there, Nostradamus. But you still picked Duke to win it all.
Duke won their conference championship.
I know.
and they
So
won the
don't get
conference.
upset. I mean, if Arizona's the only team left that actually can produce what you said was going to happen.
Right. Okay. Well,
Because you tried to play it off like, well, if they won their conference, that works too. I'm like, no. I remember you a couple weeks in a row saying, well, if they win their conference, you're like, well, damn, I've only got 4 teams in here, and some of them don't look
all
that
right.
good.
So,
Well, especially
all right.
Florida.
I was wrong. All right. I was wrong.
You
I
might be
admit
right. Arizona could win it all. Arizona could win it all.
But I didn't use my own logic when filling out my bracket.
Because you took Florida to go pretty far.
Well, that
And you took Wisconsin to go pretty far. I mean, that had to hurt the second round. That hurt the second round. But, I just wanted to get back to like, and the greatest thing about, well, you could be a Big Ten championship.
Yeah, easily.
But the Big East only had 3 teams in there. And they have a team that looks like they're going to win it all.
Both those teams had to play Duke.
Both of them had one lost to them, one beat them.
Yeah. I mean,
or they would have had to play each other.
Right. Which would have been really interesting. Can you beat a team that many times in a season?
Yeah, the fourth time would have been hard for St. John's.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so there we have it. That's our
all right. And I admit I was wrong.
What were you wrong about, Bryan?
Well, if I was going to stick to my plan, it should have been like you did. It should have been Duke and Arizona. And I think there was a third school, St. John's. But but St. John's ran into Duke. You have to pick you got to pick your poison there. Those were the 3 that won their conference and then won their conference.
And Purdue was going to run into Arizona, right? So
right.
So you were going to eliminate 2 of them right away.
Yeah. So anyway, all right. We will find out next week.
I think man, those are going to be really good games. I'm sorry I'm not going to be able to watch them, but those are going to be really good games. So anyway.
Yep. If you like what we just talked about, please click the like button and feel free to subscribe. We appreciate it very much.
I was watching a YouTube.
And leave a comment.
I was watching YouTube the other day, and they were telling people to smash the like and subscribe button.
Sorry, man. I'm just telling you that we shouldn't say that.
Give it a big rattle.
Okay, you are aware of what a death rattle is, right?
No.
That's the thing. That's that when you give that last breath, there's a shake, and that shake is referred to as the death rattle.
Just done talking, I guess.
Just, letting you know.
I won't.
You can say rattle. You rattle that subscribe button.
Ring that bell.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now I have heard that. That used to be a thing.
You can ring my bell.
Well, and hey, leave a comment. There you go. You just listen to two old guys talk about sports.
Once again, thank you to our 15th subscriber.
Right
there you
on.
go. Right on. Take care.